Nusha, how's it feeling out there?
Hey Jordan, you know what? The snow stopped coming directly into my face, so it is feeling a lot better. You know, I'm not in studio this morning because I'm a part of the NAMI Walk, which is all about talking about our mental health. So if anxiety, if depression, if PTSD is a part of your journey, NAMI Walk is going to make it really clear that you've got this whole community backing you up. And also, if you look across the country, I mean, millions of people are on this exact same journey. And so one of the things we've talked a lot about, right, is the impact the pandemic has had on some of the youngest members of our community, our kids. And now there is a study that's specifically taking a look at what that impact has been. This is a study that was in JAMA Pediatrics, and it was focusing on a really tough topic. We're talking about suicide. While the CDC has said the U.S. suicide-related deaths actually declined overall in 2020, the study found that kids from 10 to 19 accounted for a larger share of suicides. In fact, the researchers found that suicide was listed as the cause of death in more than 85,000 cases. This study involved 2020 data from 14 states, that includes here in Colorado, and they were comparing it to the same states from 2015 to 2019. Overall, the data was showing that suicide was the second leading cause of death for people 10 to 14 and 25 to 34 years old. Experts are saying that if you are suspecting that your child is struggling, to be direct with them.
Have you ever thought of ending your life? Are you thinking about suicide right now? Often they will feel relieved that an adult is willing to ask that question.
So we wanted to talk about what are the warning signs here. You want to look out for kids who are maybe withdrawing from their friends, taking some dangerous risks, extreme mood swings, or eating or sleeping changes. All of those could be warning signs, and then as well as using drugs or alcohol. We do want to note that in this study, Colorado and 5 other states had no statistically significant increases or decreases in adolescent suicides in 2020. That's compared to 6 other states that did record more instances, while 2 states recorded less. This is the point where we do want to remind you, no matter what's happening in your life, that the Colorado Crisis Services is always available for you 24/7. You can reach them at 844-493-8255. You can always text the word TALK to 38255. And, you know, whenever we talk about this, I think it's also really important to talk about just the community that we have. You know, I've talked about it myself with my own journey with postpartum depression after my son was born, that the mental health community and your friends and your family who support you are the strongest community that I personally have ever been a part of. And you're going to find that with the NAMI Walk today and a whole bunch of different resources as well, if that is something that you're willing to brave the cold and the snow to come out, because we are still on for this morning. In a couple of minutes, we're going to be joined by Morgan, who is from the national organization, talking about the ways that you can support virtually or in person. We'll have all of those details coming up in just a couple minutes.